What's up, you guys? It's Chanel Says What, and I'm back with another video. Today's topic, excuse the way I look, you guys, sorry about that. But anyways, today's topic of video would be the tragedies of some of the characters on Vampire Diaries. There's been a lot of deaths in Vampire Diaries. There's been a lot of tragedies, tragic deaths and comebacks. And yeah, so we're just going to hop right on into that, starting with number 1, Elena's parents. And none of these are going to go in any specific order. I'm just throwing them out there. But anyways, the first one would be Elena's parents. When adoptive parents. More, yeah, I guess they're like her aunt and uncle, but at that time she thought they were her parents. But when they went off of Wickery Bridge and the mom died first and then the dad, he died because when Stefan jumped into the water, he told Stefan to save Elena, not them. So her parents died, which was definitely very, tragic for her and Jeremy. Second of all would be Mayor Lockwood, Tyler Lockwood's dad, when they put off the little device that Emily, which is Bonnie's ancestor, that she made to attack anything that's supernatural. And clearly Tyler's dad, Mayor Lockwood, did not know that he had the werewolf gene and that it would work on him. But he died, and he went down for the count, and he was thrown into the basement where the other vampires and stuff killed him for all the things that they did back in the day to them, And second would be Anna. Third of all would be Anna, which is Jeremy's one of Jeremy's girlfriends, and Pearl's daughter, which Pearl was a friend of Catherine's. And John staked her in the heart right in front of Damon. So, of course, that was very tragic. Number 4 would be, which was one of my all-time hurtful deaths, would be Caroline. She was murdered. The other ones, they don't get me wrong, there are people that were murdered, but damn it, Caroline was murdered for something petty by Catherine in the hospital. She was killed, and she came back as a vampire. That was pretty sad and pretty shocking. I thought it was total badass though when she checked Damon and was like, "You suck," so that was awesome. Number 4, a very sad death as well. Elena's aunt Jenna. Klaus killed her, and it was sad to see that happen. 6 would be Mason, Mrs. Lady Gaga's ex-fiance. Mason died by Damon, which was totally uncalled for type of death, because Damon did not have to kill him, and he admitted that he didn't have to. Not sure if he meant it, but he admitted that he didn't have to kill him, because Mason was only trying to free himself from the curse and free Tyler ever to have to go through what he go through when he turned. So Mason dying, that was definitely sad. Number 7 would be Elena's birth mother and Alaric's ex-estranged wife, Isabel. She set fire to herself in front of Elena after she was done completing everything that Klaus had her do. Well, it was either Klaus or Elijah, but one of them had her compelled. And she died. Number 8, which was also just as tragic as Caroline's death, would be Tyler Lockwood's mom, Mayor Mrs. Lockwood. Klaus killed her, drowned her ass in the water. It's not funny, but it was so sad when that happened. Number 9, another very sad, definitely tragic death, is Sheriff Liz Forbes, Caroline's mom, who was dying of cancer, and She could have lived a little bit longer, possibly, but Caroline gave her vampire blood and thinking that it would heal her, but all it did was just speed up the cancer, and it just made her die quicker. Realistically, Caroline killed her mom. She didn't mean to. She thought she was trying to help, but she totally killed her mom. That was very sad because I totally did not like Caroline without her humanity. Number 10 would be Caroline's dad, which he was killed by Rick. Rick killed him, and then he let himself die because he came back a vampire and he didn't want to be one, so he went on and he let himself die. But that definitely was sad. It was another, a tragic death in the life of Caroline. Number 11, another tragic death would be Vicky, Matt's sister. Damon killed her first. He turned her into a vampire, and then Stefan then turned around and then killed her because she was out of control. Her being a junkie didn't help with her transformation, so she died, and that it was sad to see Vicky go in such a tragic way like that. And number 12 would be John. Uncle John. I did not like John, even though I got his reasons for why he was doing everything he was doing, but I didn't really care for John. He died to give life to Elena because Klaus killed her. And he gave his last breath literally to her. So, that was a very honorable thing that he did. I guess that's the least he could have did. But number 13, which was, I would say, this person's death topped Caroline's death. It topped everybody's death. Jeremy. When Jeremy Gilbert died, Silas and Catherine, that sneaky little bitch. When Jeremy died, I liked him so much because he was such an innocent soul and he had been through so much. Well, technically, Jeremy had already died previously when Liz accidentally shot him. And he was dead, and Bonnie did that spell to bring him back, and that's when he started seeing ghosts and shit. But when he died again, and just the strenuous pain of Elena not accepting that Jeremy was dead, like she just didn't want to believe because he was all she had left. So that was very tragic when Jeremy died. It was very sad. Number 14 would be Grams, Bonnie's grandmother. She died for Stefan. Basically, she died for Stefan because he got trapped in a tomb and he couldn't get out, and the spell that they had to do took a lot from them and it drained her and she died. And then there's Bonnie's mom. I don't remember her name, but she's actually Klaus's wife. Well, Joseph Morgan, that's his real name. That's Persia White, that's her real name, but I don't remember her name on the show. But she get to lay down next to that little fine piece of meat every night. You go, girl. Shout out to Persia White and Joseph Morgan. I hope y'all have a baby because it'll be very pretty. But anyway, she died. Damon killed her because Damon ain't shit. 15 would be Bonnie's dad, who was killed by Silas in front of a crowd full of people who were compelled. But that was pretty sad. I ain't really care too much for Bonnie's dad. I mean, to me, he wasn't a very big character in the show. But it hurt Bonnie. Number 16 would be Rose. Her death was Damon killed her to end her suffering because she was bit by that werewolf chick. I don't remember her name, but she bit her, and she was going, suffering. So Damon killed her to ease her peace. And shout out to Rose, or as some of you Walking Dead fans know her as, Maggie. Number 17 which was a shocker for me, very sad, was Alaric. Alaric had already previously died. Well, he died all the time and always came back because of his ring. But when he technically died was when Klaus's mother killed him for him to become the new vampire hunter and linked his life to Elena's. And when little Thaddeus Elena died, he died too. So it was sad to see Rick go. It was sad seeing him not be himself. And then number 18, which I miss this chick as much as people love to hate Catherine. I miss her because she was real. I liked the Catherine. But Stefan stabbed her with the traveler's knife because she was inside of Thaddeus Elena's body. And so, you know, he killed her, which was a shocker because she wasn't expecting it to be Stefan. It was a shocker to see her go. Very sad because she added so much excitement. I felt like when she died, the show just kind of went downhill. Number 19 would be Catherine's daughter. I don't remember her name, but if I'm not mistaken, she was bit by Tyler. And she was killed. She died. Number 20 would be Cole. I liked it, Cole. I definitely like him in the originals, but Jeremy and Elena set him up and killed him in their kitchen, and it was sad to see him go because he added a twist as well. He was just as demented as his brother. Number 21 would be Ketsia, which is, I believe, one of Bonnie's older ancestors. I didn't really care that much for Ketsia, but she was an okay character, but she committed suicide. She was not murdered. She murdered herself. She killed herself. Yeah, so that was like a kind of death. And number 22 would be Matt. As we all know, Matt died quite a few times, but the ring always brought him back. But every time he died, it was sad for me to see him die because Matt is such a sweetheart and the blue eyes is just gorgeous. So it was very sad every time I had to see Matt Donovan die, even though I knew that he was gonna come back because of the ring, but it was still sad to see, you know, him die. And number 23, which was the best death ever, was when Elena died. Y'all have no idea how happy I was when that bitch died. But then she came back and all the feelings that she had for Damon was even more heightened. I don't like her. I don't like Elena. I don't like her. So them putting her in that little sleep was the best thing that ever could have happened for me. I don't know about y'all, but for me, I was satisfied not seeing her. I'll even be satisfied if they killed Damon off. I have no respect for them at all. I have no respect. I know their characters, guys, but I have no respect for their characters. I have no respect for them at all. After what they did to Stefan, fuck them. Excuse my French, not really, but anyway, so yeah. Those are the most tragic and sad and surprising, shocking deaths of Vampire Diaries. I hope you guys like this video. Don't be afraid to give a girl a thumbs up, you guys. Like, subscribe to the video. You know, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Hey, whatever floats your boat. But thank you guys for checking out this video. And this is your girl, Chanel Says What? And I'm signing out. Peace.